We live, by the way, but it's
Yeah,
funny
we're good. We're good.
because we got a couple topics, right? And I was looking in the group real quick, so I know I got to find the show, and we can just chop this up real quick, real quick. I see this post that says, "Why Paul George is the archetype for the
I
NBA's next gen."
saw that. I saw that.
Now I'm sitting in here wondering, like, I do not, for the life of me, understand. Well, I do get why there's a man. This contact fuck with me. I do get why there's a bunch of players who say they want to be like Paul George, just strictly in regards to how he
Skill set.
built and how he played. Right? Because he what
Yeah,
6',
yeah, yeah,
6'9", lanky, handle the ball, shoot, play defense.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I am really hoping they're only talking about physically because he's not a dominant player. He's not a number one. He's never led a team anywhere.
Right.
Like when they and if people be like Paul George, my GOAT, like, do you mean like your favorite player? Because I'm your favorite player can be anybody. Like my second
Right.
favorite players are Jalen
Right.
Rose and Chris Webber, who obviously didn't win anything, but they're my favorites. I
Right.
don't put them in conversations of the best all time, the greatest, the GOAT,
For
none of that.
sure. Right, because you have the perspective of like understanding your favorite versus the actual better player
Right.
that's out there.
But all these young dudes, all Paul George, my GOAT, Carmelo Anthony's son said it, Brandon Miller said, I seen a couple other
Right.
young players say it. And I'm like, y'all go to the nigga who chose, who willfully is the number two option. So these kids some losers. It's
So I,
losers. It's losers.
I think that is well. This is how I view it. I think that it is from a pure skill set standpoint, right? Because like you said, 6'9" has the handle like a not a Kyrie but similar, right? Like can move in and out for his size, can shoot, can play D. Like if you're gonna put together a guy like Paul George would be a pretty good baseline to start from.
Why not
Now,
Kevin Durant?
what's that?
Why not Kevin Durant? They basically Paul George got a little more he got a little more weight on him, maybe a little more
Yeah,
muscle.
I mean, I would lean more towards Paul because Paul has made a very clear commitment to like being a two-way player and being excellent on both ends. I mean, it's not to say that Kevin Durant can't play D or that he won't play D. It's just that
He
George is
also
a better
made a very
player.
clear commitment to be the number two option.
I get it, but like if you're talking about a guy like
These kids some losers.
if you're talking about a guy like George, like if you were to give Paul George Ant Man's
Hold
mentality,
on. One second.
yeah,
I'm talking to my dog. Just out there. If you knock over my speakers, I'm gonna fuck you clean up because you have properly positioned yourself right in front of these cords. She looking like she's sitting there in the go mode. And as soon as my wife and son come home, she gonna take off and she gonna knock all that shit over, Joe. I can your monkey ass
I'm
round
gonna,
that way.
I'm
So,
gonna take this time to speak to
guarantee it's gonna
I'm gonna
happen.
take this time to
Guarantee
speak
it's
to
gonna happen.
PETA. I'm
Huh?
gonna take a second to speak to PETA. We do not condone animal violence. I just want that be known.
Fuck, fuck that goddamn dog, man. That dog is worthless, man. This dog is worth less. I couldn't give this motherfucker away because then I'd owe you money. This motherfucker
I
it
mean,
don't protect the house. This motherfucker scared of everything. Motherfucker scared. My dog is scared of the cleaning lady who been cleaning our house since we got the house over 2 years ago. And every time she come, this motherfucker run off barking. Joe, she do this to my mama. She do this to my brother-in-law. People
oh my
she
god.
seen. Anyway, my bad. Sidetrack. I ain't even introduced the show. Welcome to Loud and Wrong. I'm your man G-Net. Goddamn it. Got my co-host. Yeah, you better walk around, you mother. Got my co-host with me, Roman. What up, fool?
Oh man, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready.
Yeah,
We've been on and off. Kids ruin your life. If you don't have kids, don't have them.
that's how
That's
you want to kick it off.
that's my parent. It's my parent pro tip.
So you gonna get my feet on my ass and all the parents on your fucking off all
Listen,
the group today. Just on our ass and shit. Let me go get the women mad, get the pussy mad. Just go ahead, the triple P. Fuck it, goddamn.
it's loud and wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying if you don't have them, wait.
Man, I ain't gonna disagree with you on that note, goddamn it, on the real. But anyway, before we get heavily into sports, it is something I want to talk about. I hope you went and listened to these songs. Did you go listen?
I here's the
Just
thing.
one
I
song.
gave her a genuine chance. I did. I just
Just
don't
one
get it.
song. You ain't like the Kendrick verse?
I just don't get it. Here's the thing. I get that. I get why it happens because it's spicy. It keeps the people going. I get it. Like it creates, yeah, it gets the people going, right? But like,
He tired of
it's
that
fucking
shit.
stupid. It's stupid.
He tired
It's
of it.
stupid.
Listen, you don't like rap beef that stays on music. It's not, it's not gonna go to the streets. I love that type of rap beef. That's what we grew up on, where it just stayed.
I'll get that. Yes. I will agree with that. Like it stayed in the music for sure.
And these niggas teaming up. It's Drake and Cole versus Kendrick and Future, which is an odd combination. Kendrick and Future.
That's the thing. That's what's weird to me. It's like why those two? Like of all the.
Because I guess Kendrick, not sorry, Drake and Cole. They've been doing like the little fake duo type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I guess they feel like Kendrick like, oh, y'all keep teaming up like y'all some special duo. Like, nah, nigga, I'm him.
Right.
I guess what he's saying, I'm him. So
I
like it. I love it. I love that Kendrick did it. I don't mind them going setting up on this double team aesthetic. I'm good with that too. I wasn't particularly impressed by Kendrick's verse. I love the energy.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
Bar wise, and I had this conversation with my homie real quick. This is what I say. He did have some bars, but none of the bars stand out unless you're willing to do research.
Well, that's the thing too.
I don't mind it because rappers have always said shit that was kind of like subliminal, but they had bars that stood out and the subliminal diss. Damn near everything Kendrick said, you had to go research what the fuck he was talking about to even understand the diss. Like said, y'all the big fuck the big three, I'm the big me. Like I didn't even understand the whole Michael Jackson line. Cause I'm like, well, Drake don't never call himself Michael Jackson. He just compares himself in regards to record sales and whatnot. So saying Prince lived longer than Mike means what?
Nothing. Right. Like you'd have to have been a super fan to know that, right? Like yeah. And so like someone throws in that it was too many Easter eggs.
Yeah.
It's like you don't want to have to go through the work to have to figure out like what the joke means. Like set it up and land it. Like that's what makes bars. Like that's what makes them. When you have that flow, when you're able to tie it all together without us having to think about it, or we think about or we're listening to it, and then all of a sudden like it hits, and we're like, oh, like
shit, that's what he meant.
Right.
But I'm cool with that. If you have bars that stand out, also. But if all your code is shit require me to get a doctorate in hip hop, be a hip hop historian, like no, I ain't got that kind of time.
It's so much work.
Song and that song and figure out you were talking about this. Now you motherfuckers on Rap Genius and Instagram breaking it down what he mean and shit. Like, is this what Luke if he has to give classes about in college? Like come on, man. I was like, but I'll tell you, I'm
good on that.
I would love to hear Cole come, but Drake can rap, but this ain't his field. I need Cole to say something because Cole, he been spitting, and he been saying, "I'm the coldest motherfucker out here. I'm better than all y'all." Personally, I think Kendrick just did what he did on Control because Control wasn't really that cold. He just called names out, and he got the shock value. So I need Cole to come out here and really say something. Drake, if he respond, cool. You know what I'm saying?
If anyone that I would like to hear, it would be J. Cole. Like that's it. Other than that, like I can care less what the other dudes have to say.
Yeah,
because like Cole will be the one to throw together 4 or 5 bars that like, come on, man, with the Lionel Richie line. But it's not wrong though. Like Cole, like ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Is that an insult?
No, I don't think so because Lionel Richie was the star. Everyone knows that.
Oh, I understand this. So earlier Street he was saying Drake is Mike, Kendrick is Prince, and Cole is Lionel Richie. So in that aspect, you really shitting on Cole. like I love Lionel, but the distance between Mike and Prince and Lionel is far as shit. It's hard shit, G.
Yeah. Okay, all right. I give you that.
That's like saying motherfuckers is Magic, one is Bird, and the other one's Fat Lever. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, John. Like Rolando.
Yo, that was perfect. That was perfect. That was perfect.
Motherfucker got Mike Kobe and Jimmy Jackson. Like, come on, fam. Like, stop it. You gonna give my man more credit than that. Oh shit! I just want to talk about that real quick because I love competition. That's why I put it in the sports show. I just love competition. I hope Cole respond. Goddamn it, Cole Richie, what the fuck you want to call him? Goddamn it, J Fat, whatever his name is. Yeah, I need him to come back. Anyway, on to some real sports shit. What you want to go first? You want to go to tournament? You want to go to league? You want to go to draft? What you want to do?
No, we'll go to the league first because it's on right now. I got Philly and Clippers.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Watching the Clippers continue to free fall.
Woo! Man. Oh, they wait to the play-in game, ain't they, man?
I mean, like they lose 2 more games. They're in like the 6th spot.
When they play off like 10 and 16 or some shit like that?
Yeah, they've been terrible. They've been terrible. And I'll wait. I won't go where I'm going to go yet, but we know where I'm going to go.
No, don't let that shit go like a fly, G. It's not good to keep it in. Let it go.
All right. The clip is loaded, and I'm shooting off the Pelicans because I said 3 weeks ago. I said 3 weeks ago the Pelicans are sleeping, and when they get healthy, when they get rolling, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with. And all they've done since is have the best record in the last month. Have beaten your favorite teams in the West, and they're looking good.
They're gonna do all this shit in the first round.
It depends on the matchup. Because they very well could. Let's just be honest. They very well could. I'm not.
Because I got to give you. You called it.
I'm just saying. If they get a 4 seed or higher, they can get up to. I don't think they can get to 2. I think they can get to 3. If they get to 4 or 3 and they have home court, they're going to second round.
Yeah, they can't get. They're a half game behind the Clippers, so whether I don't know, do the Pelicans play tonight, but the Clippers lose tonight, they'll be tied. I'm not sure if the Pelicans play or not. It looked like about 10, 12 games, so they might play tonight. But no, they don't have any chance to get the 3rd seed. So they may get the 4th seed. So let's break this down real quick for your Pelicans love. Who their number 1 option?
CJ McCollum.
No. You get CJ? Okay, you got to have this conversation. It's over already. It's CJ your number 1 option. I know y'all losing.
No, but here's the thing: is like when you look at it, because they have 3 2s. If we're being honest, they have 3 2s because
they got 2 2s. CJ got 3 now, dog.
No, stop it.
Come on, CJ ain't no man.
CJ, he's a 2.
He's not anymore.
Yeah,
he was really barely a 2 with Dame. He really like a high level.
No, I just think the gap between Dame and him was so big, it made him look lesser than he was.
He's a high level. Let's see. CJ is averaging right now. Man, CJ averaging 19 points a game. Man, you don't get the fuck out of here, man.
Bro, but look at that team. So you got CJ, Brandon Ingram, and Zion.
Yeah, and he's a lot of points. Zion averaging 22, Brandon averaged 21, and CJ 19. There's plenty of room for niggas to get more buckets over there.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like that's what makes that team dangerous is that like you have any one of those guys, especially Brandon Ingram and McCollum, can get their own shot. I would never draw up a play for Zion to get his own shot at the end of a game. Like that just wouldn't happen. Right. So you're talking about it being between McCollum and Brandon Ingram because they can get their own shot off the dribble, off a high pick and roll, something like that. Like Zion's gonna be like throw down to a post, hope he gets a foul and finish. Like that's not a drawn up play. But that team collectively is very similar to Denver outside of having a huge, like I'm saying from the context of like they play as a team better than they do any one person being better than whoever you have on the other side.
So they the West Coast Detroit Pistons, what you trying to tell me?
Oh, like the Chauncey Rip type. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
because they're playing elite defense. They're playing a top 7 defense.
They about to get their ass sent home. Your best player, Zion Williamson, the man child. My biggest problem, he don't even rebound. That's number one. He does not rebound.
There's
Okay,
no reason why he should not be getting 9-10 rebounds a game.
none. At least an 8-piece, and he averaging what? 6, under 6, 5.8. He can burn.
Yeah.
My other problem with Zion is, like you said, you can't run plays for him. You don't have a consistent outside jumper in the playoffs where every team is going to have a set defense for you. You ain't coming against no teams coming off no back-to-back, no road trips, none of that. They sitting down, they game planning for you. I don't think Zion can be set defensive without just brute strength right now. They're going to shut that shit down in the playoffs. Ingram is a good player, but he really a low-level number 2, high-level number 3. He's a legit number 2. But none of them dudes scare me. None of them dudes am I worried about consistently giving me 30, 40 every night. They don't have the capability. I just think mentally they ain't got it like that. Their game ain't developed like that.
They're young.
Saying like, hey, Pelicans is a good story. First round, they going home. They're going home. I just came in the playoffs. Any team in the West Coast can beat them first round. And they got second round, and they definitely ain't getting past second round.
No, they're definitely not getting past second round. But like, so let's say they get to 4, then they have to play. Ooh, gosh.
See, Denver.
They would get either
Denver,
Dallas, or the Clippers.
No, they get 4. They would get in the second round. They would get Denver, or Oklahoma, because either Oklahoma or Denver gonna finish with the first seed.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking about first round. I'm trying to get them out of the first round first. Like let's get there first. If they get the Clippers in the first round, they can beat the Clippers in the first round. They can.
Yeah, that's true. I'll give you that. I mean, like I said, they can beat some teams, but I just don't believe in them. I think at this point, for the most part, Denver coming out the West, dog. Like it looked like it was gonna be some stiff competition. Phoenix fell off like bad dope. They can't get it together.
What happened to them?
Kevin Durant.
They lost to the Spurs without Wemby.
Kevin Durant.
What?
Kevin Durant, I told you this before. He can be the best player on the floor, but he cannot be the franchise leader. He does not well in leadership.
Goes back to what we were just saying before, when you were like, who's your favorite player's favorite player? If they're saying Paul George, right? And you said, why not Kevin Durant?
Paul George trying to be a number 2.
But this is why I wouldn't say Kevin Durant is in that. Like you were like, why wouldn't you pick Kevin Durant over Paul George? It's because Kevin Durant doesn't have that mentality.
Neither does Paul George.
Right. Well, that's my point. If you were to put Ant-Man's mentality into a Paul George or a Durant,
that's
woo.
I don't think Minnesota gonna be able to do it because I don't think Towns gonna come back in time and they too young. And I think in the playoffs they may struggle offensively with only really 2 real scores on the team.
Yeah, but Ant could be a dude that puts up 35 in a series, regardless of how you game plan for him.
You gonna have to.
Right? Yeah.
I would love to see Oklahoma do it, but I just think they're too young and too inexperienced. They both their second leading scorers are very young players who have not been tested in Williams and Chet. The Clippers, we talked about them. The Pelicans, we talked about them. Phoenix, we talked about them. Lakers, Golden State, not worth talking about.
Hold on, let me address this real quick because Eric in the chat throws out that Karl-Anthony Towns is trash. He's not trash.
He's just soft.
He might be Charmin-like. He might be.
He's soft adjacent.
Right. Yes. He is probably like a Rice Krispie treat that's been left outside, right? Like you can still kind of right, but like
you called the man Soggy G.
But like 10 times out of 10, and I'll say this till I'm blue in the face, I'm taking him over Joel Embiid every single time because Joel Embiid is not available. Period. He's not. So every single time I'm going to take Karl-Anthony Towns. And now I say that with the caveat of the last year and a half-ish, Karl-Anthony Towns has been injured. But before then, he was consistently playing 75-plus games. He was a 23, 24, and 12 guy, getting 4 or 5 blocks. Like he puts up numbers on good teams.
Eric tripping. He tripping. He over-exaggerating. He's nowhere near trash. He actually has an elite skill set. Mentally, he's not the toughest guy to fight through it. He's honestly he's the third best big man and the third best center in the league behind Embiid
and Embiid. Yeah. Well, he'll drop to 4th because Wemby's gonna. Wemby's gonna have his mind.
Listen, before we
go ahead. Wemby, he can have Rookie of the Year. Go ahead.
Wemby is going to own this league in 2
Yo,
years.
he's
2
ridiculous.
years. I'm not
He's
even waiting until he put on muscle. This 7'8", 7'11" ass nigga is doing sham guards. He rapping and dunking on them. He blocking shots and putting them on the ground and take. Joe, he can shoot the three. They gonna have to get rid of everybody on that team but Devin Vassell. They can keep Devin Vassell, get rid of the whole rest of the squad. It's gonna be players who want to play with dude.
Absolutely.
He might win defense, and I said that he's gonna win defensive player of the year as a rookie. I said it before the season started.
Yeah. No, he will.
He might not get it because his team is too ass to give him defensive player of the year. That's what they're gonna hold against him. They're gonna say his team wasn't good enough for him to get. I'm just telling you what they're gonna say. They're not gonna.
Well, let me before I say this, he's gonna be close to 300. Let's just be honest.
Empty numbers, Eric. You tripping? The Puck doing this in 30 minutes.
No, he's saying that Karl Anthony Towns has empty numbers. He does not have empty numbers. Karl Anthony Towns, your team is the number 2 team. They were number 1 before he got hurt.
It's hard.
It's not empty numbers when you're number 1 seed. Sorry, it just. But Wemby might have a shot at 300, which is insane. 300 blocks, 300 steals.
What do you get? He did 200 this year, right?
He's close. I know he has 200 blocks for sure. But I'm gonna pull up his stats right now because
I saw that said he was at that already. I could be wrong.
Yeah, he's got 200 blocks for sure.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, he has. He averaging 3.4 blocks. No, he ain't nowhere close to 200 steals. He only averaging 1.3 steals. I think he had 100, 200 there.
Oh, so he's not gonna get there. But that's insane. Though. If you're gonna go, let's say he gets to 250 and then 150,
and you're gonna have to average about 2.5 steals to get to 200 blocks.
Insane.
To get to 200 steals, you have to average about 2.5 steals.
I mean, and then you're talking about the effect that he has. I mean, it's literally like that old school basketball. It's just funnel him to the center and let Wemby clean it up. Right? Because
who matches up with him?
Well, once he gets that game IQ, because like he's never going to be like Durant. Those type of dudes are never going to put on 40 pounds, right? Like they're never going to be dudes who are going to bang, right? But like once they get the IQ of how to manage the game, how to manipulate the game upstairs, who's going to stop him? He's going to be the best player in the league for 12, 15 years.
I'm telling you, in 2-3 years, it's his league, dog. It's his league. You better get what you're gonna get now, because if they put the talent around that boy is a nightmare. He's a nightmare on the league, and he's average. He plays under 30 minutes,
and he's getting 21 to 10 and 3 blocks,
10 boards, and 3.5 blocks. That's crazy in under 30 minutes.
I want to see what his per.
That's crazy.
His per is 23. That's stupid. And he's playing 23.
Once he get up to playing about 35, 36 minutes a game,
he's going to go 28, 15, and 4 now.
Yeah, next year he averaged 25 and 13.
Yeah.
It's 25 and 13 next year.
Yeah, no, it's a wrap. No, he's going to be number 1 pick in fantasy leagues for sure. I think it's a wrap.
Yeah,
I took him number 1 in my fantasy league this year just on faith alone, and it has paid dividends.
You took Wemby number 1 in your fantasy league this year?
Yes.
Wow, that was a big reach. But it paid off. You know, listen, real quick on a fantasy tangent, and pardon my rant. This
is what we're here. For.
Jordan Poole and fuck DeAndre Ayton, especially DeAndre Ayton, because that bitch until I was eliminated from the playoffs, and now he averaging like 20.
Go off.
Shit. He going nuts, dog. I looked at this last month. Do I down there threw my fucking laptop at the wall? Because I was a team. And this motherfucker, him and Jordan Poole. Now, Jordan Poole ain't killing like Aiden, but he's made himself serviceable. And Jordan Poole now, for the last month.
There's a point where we were thinking Jordan Poole's going to play himself out the league. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. There was a point where Jordan Poole looked like he was playing himself out the league.
Yeah.
Like he was ass personified. I mean,
Aiden is averaging 23 and 13 over the last month, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, and he has the skill set, right? Like he's been talented, and he was decent on Phoenix. He just was behind guys that he was just never gonna get the shots. He was never gonna get enough shots up.
Anyway, we're gonna go on that too long because like I say, the West Coast is Denver, and the East Coast. I mean, I
don't know if I trust Boston anymore, man.
Huh?
I don't know if I trust Boston anymore.
Fuck is you talking about? Every other month they on 9-game winning streaks.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen them lose too many games in the last month that are questionable losses where you're like, where's your focus?
They probably only lost like 3 games in the last month, dog. They 9-1 in they last
game. Did you just watch the game? Like they had a 30-point lead to Atlanta and lost.
They was bored. Were they in Atlanta?
By 30.
Were they in Atlanta?
Even I don't care if they're on the moon. You're up 30.
Lemon Pepper Lou, baby. I mean, they was at the club. They was kicking in. Fucking Jaylen Brown trying to find a replacement for Denise Burgos. Like, I understand. Like, he like, man, I'm 300 mil. That's a whole bunch of Bernices in a strip club tonight. They was in Atlanta. I just checked. Understand. They got a back-to-back. They got 2 games in a row in Atlanta. That means they're not even leaving. He probably has, man. No, I understand. It's Atlanta. Gee, I get it. I'm not mad at them for that.
Okay.
Who gonna beat them? Milwaukee, the only one got a chance. You think Milwaukee gonna beat them? Because I would love to think that. Because Dame is my favorite player in the league right now.
I think. Well, yes. Of the teams that are in the East, is going to be Milwaukee that could beat them. I think they have the requisite team to be able to match up with them. Because if you're thinking about it, they have fully healthy. Milwaukee has more guys that can guard Boston players than Boston has that can guard Milwaukee players. Right? Like Boston has no one that can guard Giannis. They just don't. Right? But like
give him fits for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, but he does.
But that's the experience factor, right? Like that's just like Al Horford's 47 years old and he's got 7 doctorates from the University of Florida. So like, yeah, it makes sense. He should be smart enough to take him out of his game, right? but like, you know, like Boston has bodies that can throw at Tatum and at Jalen, but
that's true.
That's true. So
they have a very deep team, but they also have Doc coaching,
and that's the crutch, right? Like that's a big crutch. It's a big crutch because they made that move mid-season, so like it's got to pay off.
Is Middleton healthy yet? I think he's pretty healthy.
Right? He's playing. I don't know that he's a hundo, but he's probably 85.
He's not having a terrible season, but he only played 47 games. I don't know.
Right. He's just come back. I know he played last night.
He just he still missing time.
But like Portis is being Portis again, where he's killing off the bench. And
I love Portis. I love
that one. That was one of the ones that hurt when he left the Bulls.
Him and Monk gonna fight for 6th man of the year.
No, I love Monk's game, man. We talked about him a little bit 2 weeks ago. I love Monk's game. I really wanted him to stick on the Bulls, man. I love his game. But he's got bounce. He's streaky. He's a shooter.
Fearless.
Yeah, you know who I liked that the Bulls cut that was similar to him was Antonio Blakeney. I don't remember him. Bro, go back and watch. Yeah, this was only last year. Blakeney was nice. He came out, dude.
Oh, Blakeney.
Yeah, he was nice.
Don't bring me down talking about the Bulls, please. We ain't got to do this. We friends. Don't do this to me, please.
I like him though.
I'm disappointed in the NBA as a whole because at the beginning of the season, I thought it was going to be a 4 or 5 team race in both conferences, and now it's coming down to Denver, Boston, and maybe
Milwaukee.
That's terrible. Yeah. Like it was looking like it was going to be Philly, Milwaukee, Boston, and Miami, and then in the West it's supposed to be Phoenix, the Clippers, the Lakers. The West is supposed to be stacked, and everybody just fell to the wayside, dog.
Yeah. Okay, see, I know they're young. We say it every time we talk about them. I know they're young, but like they might surprise us.
Who?
Okay, see. They might surprise us.
Doubt it. I would love it, but I just doubt it. I don't. I think it's very hard for inexperienced. Do they even have any playoff experience? Did they make the playoffs last year?
Oh, gosh. No, I mean there might be 50 games of playoff experience on that roster. Might be.
That sounds like a lot. for them. I don't think that's, you mean 5 games playoff experience?
No, well, I'm looking to see who's on. No, well, you gotta count Gordon Hayward. That's why.
Get the fuck out of here. He going to playoff games don't count in playoff experience, motherfucker. Just because he was on the team and they was in the playoffs, like Gordon Hayward probably didn't even play. When he was on Boston, wasn't he hurt?
Yeah.
I don't remember him playing in the playoffs, at least not this no significant role. So anyway, NBA gonna beat Boston and Denver unless Milwaukee wake the fuck up and fire Doc, because I just don't trust them. But we'll see.
No, they have 24. They have 24 total playoff games experience.
Told you that was high for them.
Not counting Gordon Hayward.
And I bet you one player got the majority of those games.
Shai has 13, Lou Dort has 7, Isaiah Joe has 11.
So Shai got half of them. And was that when he was with the Clippers? He wasn't with Oklahoma, right?
Oh no, they got Bismack Biyombo. He's got 40.
This nigga.
But like he's like
Will said Inja. This Bismack Biyombo, another big ass bum ass big man. Never. Boom Shay.
It's so funny that you said that name because like 4 of them dudes play in North Carolina, Michigan. They play so many.
I can pull them names out of hat.
Like you gotta be a basketball head to know those names, right? Like you just have to be.
Oh, Jamal McGlure ass nigga, man. Fuck out of here. You remember when Jamal McGlure made the All-Star team? Remember that?
Yeah.
Averaging 13 and 10. 13 and 10. That's what you know. He the reason why they took positions out the All-Star game. Because of him. Because they got terrible fucking centers from the Eastern Conference, and they like, we can't be putting these bums up in here just because in the whole fucking East. And that's why they went to that fucking, what they call it, wings, guards, big, whatever the fuck they call that shit. No, just wings and forwards, or guards and forwards now, or some shit. It's because of Jamal fucking McGlure. Good job, bro. Thanks. Fucking thanks. Terrible. Fucking terrible. Let's talk about something good. This is actually your expertise. The NCAA tournament, because I ain't been watching that much. How you feeling right now?
What? How can you not? This has been so good.
Man, I caught a few games, like not whole games, like quarters. You know what I'm saying? I see a game I honestly have not sat down and watched a continuous 20 minutes of college basketball at all.
You're the worst.
To be honest, I watched a little bit during the season, but yeah, no, I haven't.
So here's the biggest thing that I think is the biggest draw for it is that there's no guy, there's no like, hey, I gotta watch North Carolina because they have the number 1 pick. They have like a dude like I gotta watch because he can go off at any time for like 40, right?
Okay.
Like there's really good teams, which leads to really good games, and we've had a lot of really good games.
All right, so let's do this. I'm gonna give you the teams. You pick the winners, and y'all place bets. And if y'all lose, blame Rome. Okay,
yeah, that's fine. That's fine because here's the funny thing. I rarely ever bet ever. The times I bet when I go crazy is the NCAA tournament because I go crazy.
Have you been betting on this?
Oh gosh, the first weekend, what blew me, I had a 12-game parlay.
Damn.
That Kentucky killed. If it hits, it was literally a 10 spot.
That's the only one you lost out of the 12 was Kentucky?
That was it.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
And it was a 10 spot.
That's fucking heartbreaking.
I put down 15 and it was like
on one team. I'd have threw my phone through the wall.
Yep, it was brutal.
Every
other one hit.
Listen, I can't close to that one hit. On the last day of the NBA season, I bet, I think, every game that was playing that night.
Oh, man.
Listen, if I would have won, it was $30,000. Okay. I won every single game but the very last 2 games of the night. And because of the way the games were falling, it didn't offer me the buyout shit.
Oh, because they were so close.
Like they weren't ending in order. You know what I'm saying? So the 2 teams that were playing the latest, I don't know. I guess a couple teams started around the same time. so they wouldn't give it to me. And I was looking for it because 30,000, the buyout might have been like 16.
12, yeah, 12, 15, somewhere in there. It's usually about half.
Looking at my phone, Joe, I wouldn't look at my wife.
He was like this. You're like
30,000, and I bet what $100.
Man.
Oh, and I think I bet. And matter of fact, what made it worse, I think I bet the spread and the over under on every team, which is what made it so high. You know what I'm saying?
You were swinging for the fences.
It was the last game. It was the last day of the regular season. So I kind of figured a lot of teams, like the teams that weren't in the playoffs, I figured they was gonna throw in the towel. Like I was just trying to use logic. I wasn't even going to all that other shit, man. Like they ain't gonna be playing hard tonight. So I tell you what I did. My bad. I bet the over on every team. That's what I did. I bet the over on every team. I'm like, they're gonna be playing wild. They're gonna have in the bench. They're gonna be just scoring shit. They don't give a fuck tonight. And me and my girl was sitting there looking at that shit like, they hit 30 stack in the last 2 teams. Sick. But let's do this real quick.
All right, let's do it.
You've been watching. I'm gonna give you the teams, you pick the winners, and whoever watching, goddamn it, I'll give y'all home address. Y'all can holler at them. All right. So we're gonna go with the fucking East first.
Okay. We
have UConn and San Diego State. Who you got?
UConn's gonna win by 10 plus minimum. And I get that. Yeah. UConn has the best defense in the country, and I get that San Diego State has the best or one of the best offenses, but UConn is such a complete team, top to bottom, that it's gonna be really hard for them to pull that.
All right, I already know who you gonna pick. Illinois and Iowa State.
So here, I'm gonna put it out there. I took Illinois to win it all.
Did you? I'm not surprised.
I because Terrence Shannon is a dog. He has played himself to a top 5 pick, in my opinion.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
He's a monster.
Okay.
He's a monster. So I'm obviously taking Illinois.
All right.
It's gonna be that will probably be the best game of the weekend.
All right, so you got Illinois and we got UConn. All right, now this is gonna be a good game. I might watch this one. Houston and Duke.
That one's tough. That was tough because you don't know what Duke team is going to show up. I'm going to take Houston because I think that they can pressure them into a point to where they're just like when Duke gets flustered, they just turn the ball over like in droves. Okay. So I'm going to take Houston to win that game, but it will be close.
All right. North Carolina State and Marquette.
I like Marquette.
Marquette.
I know North Carolina State is on this sort of Cinderella run. But I think Marquette's just got too many weapons. They got 4 or 5 guys that can shoot, that can drop 17, 18 points on you.
All right, Purdue and Gonzaga.
This is gonna be my upset. I'm taking Gonzaga.
Really? Why?
Gonzaga. They are underrated, and I think that Purdue is Zach Edey is going to be. He's the best player on the floor, and he will not be drafted.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I can all but if he is drafted, it's late second round.
Tyler Hansbrough got drafted, dog.
I get it. But Zach Edey, he might be the slowest.
He got it. I gotta believe it. He gonna get drafted at the bottom of the first round. Motherfucker just gotta take it.
I would place my own money that he's not first round.
You don't think he gonna put in work at the pre-draft camp?
No. Not for what you have at the top of the draft. No.
Bottom of the first round.
I understand that. Because what's at the top is going to push everyone else down. There's going to be guys who are mid-round, right? Mid to late first rounders that will combine better, that will move up, that will push him down.
I did see in a couple of pre-draft, couple mock drafts. Not a single college player is going to be in the top 5.
Yeah. No, it's going to be a lot of international guys and maybe 1 or 2 G League elite guys.
That's what I saw.
But yeah, I'm taking Gonzaga in that game. I just think they play the style of basketball that frustrates Purdue, which is getting up and down, and they are good at forcing their tempo regardless of what the other team does.
Okay. How about Creighton and Tennessee?
I hate picking a rival, but I'm taking Tennessee.
Creighton is a rival of Tennessee?
No, for me, I'm a Gator.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. All right.
No, I'm taking Tennessee. They're a really good team. They're a really good team. Yeah.
Other side of the bracket, Arizona and Clemson.
This is gonna be a good game too, and I think it's gonna be Clemson. I
Clemson.
think it's gonna be Clemson. They're playing some pretty good ball right now.
All right, last one, North Carolina and Alabama.
This one I think isn't going to be close. I think North Carolina's going to beat the brakes off of them.
Oh,
I mean, I'm talking 15, 17 plus.
all right,
I don't see that game being close at all.
Hey, real quick on the women's side, what you think about Caitlin getting all this flack for her attitude?
I think people want to hate on her just to hate on her, right? Like it's like you have to. I mean, it's like you said earlier, you like having the mentality, right, of being a killer. You have to have that mentality. You have to have that I'm the best player on this court. I'm the best. Like you have to have that. So there's a certain amount of bravado and a certain amount of off-putting that's going to create.
They say she got a bad teammate for going off on her teammate. They say she be doing the Kobe shit with motherfuckers like why you don't pass the ball. They said because they don't shoot enough shots in practice. Like she one of them type.
I mean, she would know. But like, here's the thing. Like, if you want to be at that level, if you want to be at that Kobe level, like she's the type of player that like Kobe would have brought into his camp, right? Like she's that type. She's
Who's better, her or Juju?
When it comes to stuff like that, I'm always going to take the Gilbert Arenas route, and I'm going to take the younger player. I'm always taking the younger player because regardless of skill set, if they were to play one-on-one, Caitlin would probably win simply off of experience, right? Like she understands how to manipulate a player to get them to go where she wants to go to get her shot off. If you're talking about like you're taking Juju at Caitlin's age, Juju's going to be a far better player.
I did not realize Juju was like 6'2".
Dude, she's a monster.
And Caitlin's 6 feet. She's 6'1", but I didn't know Juju was 6'2".
Yeah, she's solidly built.
But the way she handled the ball too. What she gonna play in the NBA? She gonna be in the WNBA. She gonna be a small forward.
Yeah,
that's not a guard in the WNBA, right? That's like a forward in the WNBA.
She'll play that 2, 3, 4-ish spot.
What's the big man in WNBA? Like 6'5", 6'6", basically. That's like the center.
No, because you got like, well, what's Missy Cambridge or Lizzie Cambridge is like 6'8", 6'9".
She's one of the tallest ones. That's what I'm saying. So I would assume you'll center somewhere between 6'6" and 6'8", maybe 6'7". Yeah. I don't think it's too many 6'8" girls in the WNBA. I don't think there is.
No, there's a few. I mean, like Kitty Fowles,
Brittany Griner. I thought it was Brittany Griner. She like 6'8", right?
Yeah, she's up there.
So 6'2", you're gonna be like a small forward then.
Yeah, she'll be like a small forward, but like she's a beast. She's like, and once she gets that experience,
okay,
bro, she's so good. She's so good, and she makes it look easy.
I said I'm gonna try to catch her. Are they still in the tournament?
Watch a Caitlin game, bro. Like it's crazy to watch because the women's college game gets, when you see them skew their defenses towards trying to shut, like towards trying, like in the pros and the NBA, like in a college game, like you never really see like that sort of like flooding of a side to shut down a player, right? Like it just rarely happens because there's other guys who can hurt you, right? But like to see a team flood to try to stop one person and they still get off, I mean, like that's how good that person is, man. And Juju's like that.
Is Iowa still? I see fucking South Carolina. They beat motherfuckers by 40.
Oh no, South Carolina.
Yeah, she's still there too. Okay.
And South Carolina has a freshman guard that's a monster. She's a smaller guard though.
The dark skinned girl play all the defense, Malika, something like that.
Woo!
Oh yeah, I see. Her defense is crazy.
She got that Cappy Pondexter handle, bro. She's nice.
Where's USC? Are they still in it?
Yeah. Yeah. They are on the. Let me pull it up
there. They play Baylor next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be a good game.
What team is Paige Brucker on? Is that UConn?
UConn. Yeah, she's on UConn. They got Duke. They should handle them. Duke is a good team, but UConn is UConn. They're much deeper.
I don't see them. Yeah. I see it's South Carolina versus Indiana, Iowa, Colorado.
Yeah. UConn's in the
they play Duke. Yeah, they play Duke. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's get to the shit that's gonna depress me. because it's becoming close to the end of the show, so I might as well go and deal with my depression now.
We always end on a low note.
We talk about the Bears. I mean, we could talk about Paul, but we're gonna talk about the Bears. We weren't here last week, so we didn't get a chance to chop it up. They traded Justin Fields.
Which you said they would. Which you said they would. I'll give you the props because I was sure they weren't.
I told you everything I was hearing that it was a foregone conclusion they were trading him because I was listening to the radio. I don't normally watch ESPN that much, but I was watching ESPN. I was watching all the podcasts, and universally, I didn't hear anybody say that they were keeping Justin Fields. I heard people say why they think they should, but nobody was actually saying that they were. So that's why I was like, it's obvious that they're trading him now. Word is the reason that the Bears passed on so many, because there were other teams that did want him,
right?
But they were saying that they promised him they would do right by him, and the only team he wanted to play for was the Steelers. Now, this is how I feel about that. Fuck that. I don't want to hear that shit. You getting rid of this dude? Why you trying to do right by a motherfucker that ain't gonna be on your team no more? For the motherfucking franchise. I hate that shit, dog. I am pro player 95%, 99% of the time. But if you gonna get rid of a dude, why are you worried about who your ex dating? Like you trying to hook up with your best friend because he a good guy? No, I don't care where you go after me. I would have sent him anywhere they gave me the best. Do right by Justin Fields. Doing right by him would have been not giving him 7 coaches in 2 years. That would have been doing right by him. But since you ain't do that shit, send his ass anywhere and get the best deal possible. Instead, we traded his ass to Pittsburgh, and all they gave us was a terrible towel and a half-drunken Coke. Like, I'm pissed. We ain't get shit for dude. Nothing.
Okay.
They gave us a bag of used golf balls and a metal baseball bat for this son bitch, dog.
I get what you're saying, but I'm looking at it from the standpoint of like who's in house and who you're trying to attract in house going forward.
You trade them to you trade them. They don't care what you got.
No. But it's the appearance of the team took the time to care about the player and where he went.
Yeah,
I get it.
Go squad up for next season.
I get it, but look at it, right? So like, we have a history of being stingy, of being tight, of being penny pitching. Like that's just the Bears. Like when did we ever give a guy a ridiculous max contract?
It's not the time to get your act right when you sending them out of town. You get your act right while he's still here.
But no. If you think about it, look at it this way, because look at what we have over the next 3 years, right? Like we're gonna have a rookie quarterback. We're gonna have 3 guys under contract who are young and game changers, and then you're talking about all this cap space that we're gonna have. So if you're trying to create. But if you're trying to create an environment where you want people to want to come here, you want to give the impression that you're a team that listens to players and wants to help players. So if they get the impression that like, hey, we have helped this player regardless of how we set them up to fail, ignore that. Ignore that we had 2 coaches, 3 coordinators, never really gave them a chance.
You know how you get free agents to come to your team? Win.
Well, yeah, that's true.
You treated the nigga who you didn't give the proper support when he was here, and when he left, you made sure he had a full tank of gas so he can go where he wanted to go. No, you send that motherfucker out of town on E. He don't even get to take all his clothes. Fuck that. I pay for it. You're leaving. You are leaving. I'm trying to get everything I can get for you. I don't fuck all that. I ain't trying to hear that shit, G. I mean, that shit sound cool. And the Bears were a great organization. They did right by me. Yeah, so then he go to Pitt, man, fuck that. Anyway, let's move past. I told you it's going to get irritated with this shit. That shit pissed me the fuck off when I heard that
shit. I wish it would have been handled better. I wish it would have been done. I wish it would have been done before the combine so that all of this was done and we didn't have to deal with this.
Okay, so cool. We got rid of him. Now, so you know our quarterback's gonna have painted fingernails. He gonna be playing with dowels on the sideline. He gonna have Cabbage Patch Kids. That motherfucker gonna be tweezing his eyebrows and shit in between fucking plays.
But do they win? I could care less what he does. Do they win?
Yeah, but he didn't win.
He won in college.
Won what?
Okay, yeah, but come on, man. It's he's a player. You like now we were off air talking about before. We both want Jaden Daniels. Like that's that. I would prefer to Jaden Daniels. I really
have you
would.
watched the tape?
Yeah, I have. Absolutely. I would. I mean,
you watched him play in college?
Yes. I mean,
how do you watch them play and not come away that Jaden not a better pro quarterback?
Here's the thing, because Caleb makes the unscripted wow plays, and it's not to say that Jaden doesn't, but Caleb does it more often and is rewarded more often because he's doing it.
He Pat Mahomes?
I don't know, because no one thought Pat Mahomes was Pat Mahomes before he came to the league. Let's be honest.
True. That's true.
Right? Because I mean, and I'm someone who at the time, like I was still coming off of living in LA, so like I was still watching West Coast and late games. So like I would watch Texas Tech, I would watch USC, I would watch Oregon games. Like, you know, I'm watching these guys. Like I think Bo Nix gonna be a great quarterback. I think JJ McCarthy. I know you're a Michigan fan. What's that?
Bo Nix graduated with us, damn near. Like,
yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. No,
buddy out of Washington. I'm forgetting his name.
Oh, Michael Penix. Yeah, no. They for sure. They've got 2 doctorates. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, them niggas is old. The motherfuckers old.
But I also think that, like, if you're asking me right now to pick between Caleb and Jaden, I'm gonna take Jaden every time because I've watched what he did against Bama, against Florida, against Ole Miss. You're talking about defenses who the last 2 years have been top 10.
And I watched him stay in the pocket.
Yeah.
And he, in my opinion, not to this level, but he got that Tom Brady, take a step forward, take a step back, take a side step. Shit. I like that. I told you how I feel. I do not like, first of all, I'm not a fan of running quarterbacks. Now, Caleb is not a running quarterback.
No, he's not.
I don't even know how fast he is. I don't know if he can run.
Jaden would actually be considered a running quarterback over Caleb.
I know they were somebody take too many hits and should he take too many chances. Yeah. Caleb, I guess he got a little. He's not fast, but he got some shiftiness. He can get down the field if he need to. Yeah. But I feel like after watching him play, he escapes the pocket on purpose to make plays, and I don't think that's a recipe for success in the NFL. You can't. I don't think outside of a bootleg that you cannot have a history of success in the NFL by purposely trying to get outside the pocket. Because first of all, you play in the Pac-10. 97% of the dudes you play against never get into the NFL, unlike the SEC, where you may be going against a team that got 3, 4, 5 NFL players on the defense. So you're not playing against strong defenses in the Pac-10, so you can get away with that shit. You're not getting away with that shit unless you fast in the motherfucker in the NFL.
Yeah.
Is he even? I'm not even sure if he elusive as Wilson. And again,
he is.
I don't like.
So that's what I was waiting to get. That was what I was waiting for you to get to. He's 6'1" with cleats on. I don't like that.
That's why he doing that shit.
I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't think that it is conducive to being. I mean, because you're talking like, you know, I think we hit on this 2 weeks ago. Like, you got Drew Brees, and
that's it. Unless you want to go Russell Wilson. I thought Russell Wilson 6'3".
I think he's like somewhere in there.
Right. So you got Drew Brees and Russell Wilson. I mean, Jaden Daniels at least 6'3".
Yeah.
But yeah, I listen. I ain't finna act like Caleb looking like a bum.
Russell Wilson's 5'11".
Who's 5'11"?
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I knew he was short. I knew he was short. I'm not gonna sit here and act like Caleb Williams gonna be a bum. So don't mistake what I'm saying. No. I think he is a very talented quarterback. I think there probably is an excellent chance for him to be a very good quarterback in the NFL. I just think Jaden is going to be better early. I think he's going to be better overall. My biggest issue with Caleb is you are in a position, you're in the toughest position in sports. Fuck football. In sports, you are in a position where you cannot let failure and missed opportunities get to you. You have to be very mentally strong. You have to, and you're coming in as a rookie quarterback expecting to start. You have to lead a group of men. And if niggas see you crying with pink fingernails,
I mean, that doesn't bother me.
listen, I know in the whole scope of this super in our culture now where everything's acceptable, cool. That ain't NFL locker rooms.
But here's the thing: like, you can roll back the tape on any dude that has ever played in a game like that, right? That's an emotional game. There's a high intensity.
Notre Dame game,
bro. That's a rivalry game.
but y'all ain't playing for shit.
It doesn't matter though.
No, because nothing's on the line. Listen,
but run the tape on Vince Wilfork crying when Miami lost.
Lost to
He's
who?
still a dog.
Who they lose to?
Right. It doesn't matter though.
It does. What game was it? What game was it?
It wasn't a national championship game.
I don't remember that.
It wasn't a national championship game. There's a laundry list of videos of dudes losing games who are still dogs. That doesn't, because the game is emotional. You've been there.
I don't find with crying. I just like, if you cry in a championship game, I fucking understand. I might cry if I come to a championship game and lost. I understand. Even having a great season, Notre Dame ain't winning, ain't up to. Okay, I'll let the crying shit go. Really, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. I try. I can't. I can't. It's not just the crying. It's the multiple comments that he's made and how he handles losses to me. The whole, I'm finna go home with my dogs and land in my mama aunt. No, I just want a mentally strong quarterback. Now, maybe I'm putting too much weight on these things. Maybe people was calling the man saying listen, I'll be honest with you. I don't give a fuck who that man sleep with. I honestly don't give a fuck what he paint his nails. I don't care about none of that shit. But I do care about how you handle adversity. That was what I was speaking to. The rest of that shit they talking.
I can understand that.
Instagram and all that bullshit. Yeah. I care about how you handle adversity. And the way I saw him handle it, I don't know enough about him to make a declarative statement because I was really just bullshit, but I'm just not a fan of a quarterback who handles adversity in the way that he's chose to on a national level. That shit seemed off to me in what I've seen successful quarterbacks. So maybe it's all nothing. And he gonna get to the NFL and be a monster. I hope he playing for my fucking team. I hope I'm wrong as shit. Well, I said I think he's gonna be a good quarterback. I hope he's better than James Daniels because clearly that's who the fuck we taking.
Right.
Clearly that's who the fuck we taking.
Right. I think so too. But I would love for it to be Jaden Daniels. I really would.
It's not unless they pull it, unless they surprise the fuck out of us. Like I haven't even hardly even heard anybody say it's gonna be Jaden Daniels.
No, but like if you listen to the chatter behind, if you listen to the chatter behind, you got people saying that like JJ is gonna go all the way up to number 2. What?
Yo, did you?
What?
Did you see Tannenbaum's mock draft list? This motherfucker had more. He was going 9 in what world?
Listen, hey, I would live in that world. Oh, me
too.
I mean, listen, like, I think his world is way the fuck out there, but I would set up shop and go.
His world looks fun as shit.
I would go.
Marvin Harrison, I'll be shocked if Joe Alt lasts to 9. I don't think Joe Alt gonna last to 9. No. I think we might end up with an edge rusher at 9, which I'm happy with. But Marvin Harrison at 9? Dog.
Yo, it ain't even a question. It ain't even a question.
But I don't think he'd be happy here. I don't think Marvin Harrison gonna be happy to entertain walking in as a number 3 wide receiver. I don't think so.
Well, he's number 3 for a season because we're not gonna. I mean, unless Keenan Allen re-ups something ridiculous, like because he'd be number 3 for a season, then he'd go number 1 because we both said that DJ Moore is a 1A to a high 2B, 2.
Yeah, but Keenan Allen is 1-1.
Yeah, he is. But like. But assuming that, let's say he has a monster year, Keenan Allen.
Okay, he's the most underrated wide receiver in the league.
I love Keenan Allen, I do. But are the Bears going to pay him if he has a monster year? Have the Bears ever shown the propensity to pay a guy when they have a good year? What did they do to Alshon Jeffrey when he had a good year?
I thought I was rated anyway, so that's just me.
But like the same thing with Brandon Marshall. Same thing, like they ship him off. But like you bring him in.
honestly, we haven't had a ton of talent offensively to even have this conversation. Like, if we finna talk about the talented offensive players the Bears have, we gonna get to
It's a 6-minute
Brandon
conversation.
Marshall, Alshon Jeffrey,
Matt Forte,
and somebody who wore a leather helmet.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like offense ain't what the fuck we do. We want to Super Bowl with Willie fucking Galt, my nigga. Like how and Jim McMahon, like we don't typically have great offensive players. So we don't know if we have a track record to even have this. Now, do we pay defensive players? Yes. But offensive players, who have we had? Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey are arguably the best 2 wide receivers we've ever had.
Yeah. I'm just saying, yeah.
And Matt Forte is the second best. Third.
No, Neil.
He third. Neil. You gonna put. So obviously, number 1 is Walter.
No, yeah.
Number 2 is
I forget. I'll put Neil Anderson there.
Yeah, Gail says. Gail says number 2. You gonna put Neil Anderson over Matt Forte?
I think so.
I love Matt Forte.
I do too. I do too. I thought he got. I thought he was extremely underrated and never got the true due that he was.
Yeah, I had.
No, I'll put Forte. I'll put Forte over Neil Anderson.
Yeah, because I think I had Forte for the prime of his career, the top 10 running back.
Yeah, he was a monster. I mean, because he did it both with hands and ran. Yeah,
and he can block.
Oh yes,
he would block.
Yeah, he would pick. Like I mean, there were so many free blitzers, guy that he would pick up that was just
tough yards if he had to go up the middle. He wasn't super fast, but he was fast enough to get outside, break a few. I was a huge Matt Forte fan.
Yeah.
So overall, we haven't had a ton of great talent just offensively. Like our history offensively is actually might be the worst in the NFL. Because after Neil Anderson, who you got? Fucking Cedric Benson and Rashawn Salam. Like who the fuck you put at the running back after number 4?
Don't go there.
I'm real shit though. Who you after those 4? Who's the 5th greatest Bears running back?
Curtis Enos? No. Gosh.
See what I'm saying? That shit is terrible. Curtis Enos, Cedric Benson, Rashawn Salam, Anthony Thomas, A-Train from Michigan.
A-Train was decent.
A-Train had 2 good years. That's it. I love him from Michigan, but he only had 2 good years, and they was both like barely 1,000-yard seasons.
Yeah, that's terrible.
He didn't really catch out the backfield like that.
No, that's terrible.
And then like the wide receivers, you go Marshawn, you go Marshall,
Marshall,
Brandon Moore, and
Sayers.
I said wide receiver.
Oh yeah, no. Willie Galt. I mean, he was a track dude. You know, you just kind of throw it up there and hope he catches it.
Hey, when you naming your all-time wide receivers, and the best compliment you got was he was a track dude.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God, that shit is terrible, Joe.
Mushin Muhammad.
Who best that is? Mike Ditka.
Greg Olsen.
Who? Yeah, where you go? Greg Olsen, Mike Ditka, Bennett, and that's it.
No, I mean, Cole Kmet is going to go over Bennett. He's number 3. Cole Kmet would be he's a solid number 3.
He will go over Bennett, yeah, because Bennett's only here like 2 years.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 years. That's what I'm saying, dog. We got a history. We have a terrible, terrible history on the offensive side of the ball of literally being devoid. We ain't got to talk about quarterbacks. Still to this day, our best quarterback is Sid fucking Luckman.
No, it's Jay Cutler.
Ridiculous.
No, it's Jay Cutler.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
no, it's not. No. Jay Cutler never did shit.
No, listen, I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here on Al Gore's internet and not support Jay Cutler.
We ain't on Al Gore's internet. We on Kanye internet. Goddamn it, that motherfucker.
No,
that Jay Cutler. No. Listen, Jay Cutler had every fucking and everything physically to be a great quarterback, except one thing:
an offensive line.
No, this.
No. That dude was so tough.
And Jeff George all in one. He was always trying to throw. He knew he had a cannon for a fucking arm. He was always trying to force the ball in tight ass pockets. And I told you, at one point, we had the best set of offensive weapons in the league. We had Jeffrey, we had Marshall, we had Bennett, we had Forte.
Yeah.
And with that, And with that, he couldn't even get you 30 touchdowns. His best season with the Bears is 27 touchdowns. Oh my God. Dog. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me tell you what he did with the Bears.
I know what he did with the Bears.
27 touchdowns, 26 interceptions. Then the next year he threw 23 touchdowns, 16 interceptions.
Right, but he only played what, 12 games
Either
that
he
year?
was hurt or every season was just ass.
Right. Well, but I would love to pull up our offensive line rating that year because, like, how many sacks did he take?
No, it don't even matter.
It does. When you have Mike Martz calling an offense with a line, when you have Mike Martz calling an offense that requires 5 and 7 step drops with a line that's ranked 25th, what do you expect to happen?
Jay, listen, I tell you this, and we can stop talking about Jay Cutler because I hate his ass. As soon as Denver traded him to us, I told everybody who would listen, nobody, and I mean nobody, trades a quarterback when he's that young. If they're giving him away, especially for Kyle fucking Orton, something's wrong. Something's wrong. And I remember after they started trading, I was like, Jay Cutler, I went to go look at his stats in Denver, right? His last year in Denver, he threw 25 touchdowns, 8 and 18 interceptions. And I was like, dog, he's a physically, he got everything. But something ain't right about this dude. And when he got to the Bears, I saw it. He don't make smart decisions. He's too much of a gambler.
He does,
and that always bites us in the ass when it matters most. Yeah. Never a fan of that dude. Never a fan of that. But the point is, we at the Bears, this is one of the most talented teams we have had offensively going into this. We have 2 top wide receivers.
Whatever quarterback we're getting is walking into a team on paper with a moderate quarterback can win 8 games.
Yeah, it's a playoff team. With the defense, it's a playoff team.
Yes. Yeah. So if you're just an average quarterback, you should win 10 games with this team. If you're an above average quarterback, no, that team could have won 10 games last year. Let's be honest.
No, they couldn't have.
They blew the Denver game, they blew the Detroit game, and they blew the Packers game.
Come on, Detroit game beginning of the year, we busted ass end of the year.
Yeah, end of the year we busted. But the first game of the year we were up by 10 with 2 minutes left and we lost that game.
Yeah, I mean, because Justin Fields. Listen, man.
So you're talking about a 7-win team that could have won 10 games. Okay,
so this is very early, but we about to end of the show. You think the Bears winning 10 games this year?
Yes.
That's with the assumption they're drafting Caleb Williams. You got the Bears winning 10 games this year.
If they draft Caleb, they get 10. If they draft Jaden, they win 11.
No, they ain't drafting Jaden because they don't love me like that.
I know, I get it, but I'm just saying that's how much I like Jaden. I think he's worth a whole.
You might be right. We'll see.
Because it's like you said. Look what we have on offense, man. Look what we got.
We still gonna be a defensive led team,
which is stupid to me. I'm sick and tired of being a defensive led team. We need to be a team. We need to be a team that can put up.
We got a rookie quarterback, and we got 2 good wide receivers, but we do not have a dominant running back. I'm not even sure what the running game. I know everybody loves Swift. Swift got to show me something.
No, Swift aside, I like Roschon Johnson, bro. He's good. He's good. Think about those. I mean, yeah, we lost Dante Foreman. He had that stretch of 4 games where he was decent. Roschon Johnson's good, bro. He's good.
So you think? Why are you so high on Johnson?
I like him. I like him a lot.
So you think he's going to end up being a feature back? Or he
not over Swift because they paid him, but the NFL isn't a feature back league anymore. It's a 2. Is it you know how it is? It's a 2-back league. We have 2 really good backs, and I don't think we're going to keep. Well, we might. I mean, if we keep. Why am I drawing a blank on his name?
Roschon ain't little. He's not a little dude.
No, he's not. He gets tough yards.
How fast is he? What's his speed like?
He's 4.3, 4.4 guy.
4.3? That boy ain't ran no 4.3. Big ass nigga. Yeah, 4.3? I don't think he ran a 4.3. He like a 4.4 dude. 4.44. 4.44.
Hang on. No,
I
my
bet.
bad. He's a 4.4, 4.45.
See, look at me. Look at me.
4.45. Yeah.
Look at me. I'm a
Oh, I
brick.
forgot. He's up to 225. But
Yeah, he's 6 feet, 225. He ain't no motherfucking no goddamn Bo Jackson. Shit. He run a 4.3. He down there. He Bo like. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see. I think the Bears do have potential to be good this year. I think it's a year. I'm not gonna get excited. I gotta see Caleb. Like I said, I think he got a tremendous amount of talent. I prefer Jaden, but I do think he is a very talented quarterback. I'm not gonna act like he's not. I do think he has a good amount of potential. I just don't like his mentality. But like I said, maybe I'm just overblowing some shit. He's in college, he's young. Maybe he's emotional, which ain't necessarily always a bad thing to be emotional, as long as he can control it on the field.
right.
So that's who we taking. He definitely got weapons because I told you I love Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
I told you last year I was a fan of Cole Kmet. Soon as the
Yep.
second half of the season when he started balling last
Blew
year,
up. Blew up. Blew up.
he good at finding the pockets. He
Yes.
is very good at finding that open pocket, sitting in
Yep.
and making himself available. And I think as a tight end, as good as Kelsey, I think a tight end's best skill set is being able to find that pocket on the field to be the safety valve for the quarterback, 10, 15 yards down the field. And people were surprised that Cole Kmet at 700 yards. I'm like, no, that boy's nice.
Yeah.
That boy's nice. He's a smart ball player. So we'll see. Yeah. We'll see what the Bears do. My ideal situation, well, obviously, I'm just going to stop talking about Jaden Daniels because they're not taking him.
No,
is Joe Alt falls to 9. If we get Joe Alt at 9, I will be happy.
Well, either him or the cat from Penn State, Olifanu. He's a good player too.
That's a rusher. That's an offensive tackle.
He's a tackle also.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that name.
Yeah, no, he's a monster too. He's a top 10 pick. If we get either one of those two, like I would be happy with Olifanu or, if we're living in Tannenbaum's world and we get MHJ, then so be it.
Let me see. I'm looking on Espen right now to see who. I know they probably got a mock draft up. I was gonna see who they currently got going.
They have us going Caleb and then Roma Doomsday right now, which I'd be fine with too.
No, I don't take no other wide receiver when you got two. Why you go? I don't like when teams got needs. They take an A position to make it an A plus. No, we got some C positions.
You're not wrong.
I don't want a wide receiver when we ain't no reason to get a wide receiver when we just got Keenan Allen and now we got more. You could draft a wide receiver.
But Keenan's only on a 1 year. So I get it.
Resign him. How old is he? How old is Keenan Allen? Is he 30?
Yeah.
He's been in the league for a minute.
Yeah, he is 31.
So you got about good 3 years left on him?
Maybe.
He's coming off one of his best seasons.
He's coming off his best season for sure.
Well, he's had better numbers overall, but he missed 4 games this year. But in 4 games, he gave you 1,200 yards. Goddamn it.
Right. So we're talking about
games at 1,400 yards. So yeah, he was on his way to goddamn it, possibly if he played the whole season, 1,400 plus yards.
Yeah, putting up ridiculous numbers. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you look at it,
he had 108.
Let's say he's done after this year. Then what?
Yeah, I mean, you can make a valid point. He's 31. When is his birthday? He was born in April, so he turned 32 this year. Oh shit, yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Old. So
you're right.
I mean, then you're talking about a super young core with Cole, with DJ, and then
I still don't want to take a wide receiver that high in the draft when we just signed one. I still would rather you just go grab one in the 3rd, 4th round. Like we need an offensive tackle or edge rusher on that in that top 10. I'm just not a fan of taking a receiver that high when it's not really a need. Like it may be a need next year, but it's not a need right now. You got a defense that has the potential to be special. We got a safety. I know he's older. Old.
But he's a smart player, and he's a stopgap safety that'll get you 2 years when you draft a guy this year.
Right. A lot of people say he fell off. I think he's still solid.
Yeah.
We got our safety. We got some good corners. We got one.
Signing JJ is probably the best signing of the offseason, if you ask me. Signing JJ to a longer contract, that was huge for the Bears.
Yeah, because he's gonna be a monster. Like he's gonna be a fucking monster. Yeah. So we'll see. I think you and I on the same page. Edge rusher, offensive tackle. you a little bit more okay with the wide receiver than I am.
I'm
I prefer
fine with
we
it
wait to later rounds.
because
Uh,
you're
draft
giving Caleb,
back later rounds too.
yeah, you're giving Caleb a guy to grow with if you get a wide receiver. You know, if
Moore's
a,
not,
if
Moore's not that old, right? DJ Moore got to be what, like 28?
no, DJ Moore is 25.
No, he's 26, and he'd be 27 this year. I was
Yeah,
close. Yeah, he'd be 27 this year.
he's still young though.
He's young enough. He's young enough. He
Yeah,
still got a good 6 years left of good ball
yeah,
if he's healthy. So yeah. Uh,
yeah.
but we'll see. We'll see. When is the draft?
April 25th.
Not that far away. A month away.
No, a month. It's a month. So,
I don't think it's ever been this much talk around the Bears draft.
well, last year because we didn't know what we were going to do, and we traded it.
Who were the quarterbacks taking last year? CJ Stroud, Bryce.
CJ Stroud,
There's another one.
the cat from that's on Tennessee, Will Levis.
Yeah, I don't care about him. It was really Bryce and Stroud. I
Yeah.
never wanted Bryce little was shit.
Yeah, he's too small.
I told you I do not like short dog. I know I'm an old school dude, but my thing was
I don't like either.
history is the way it is for a reason when it comes to sports. And a lot of things in sport, like I tell you about basketball, I always say championship teams are typically comprised of two ways: one great player, two very good players, or two great players and one very good player. Like you see that happen so often, you're like, Joe, that's how you got to do it. And you can do it another way, but typically that's how it has to be done, especially if you want multiple titles. In the NFL, you want multiple titles and you want to be in contention every year, you are going to have a quarterback who can sit in the pocket. I don't care how good Lamar Jackson is and all that shit. I have yet to see a team that won and is a perennial contender with a running quarterback. I've never seen it. And maybe it'll happen. We had the conversation last time before you get off the air. Maybe it will happen soon, but it ain't happened yet.
I think if it's going to happen with anyone, it's going to be with Anthony Richardson with Indianapolis.
That is a big statement considering that dude is he the type of quarterback get a coach fired because he's a ton of potential. He's a ton
his talent level is through the roof.
Yeah, but he could go to other just as easily.
Yeah, it could easily go the other way.
College quarterback, G.
Yeah, I get it. But
somebody said they saw him in person. He looks like he weighs 165. Who are they talking about? See that comment?
No, let me see here.
I'm trying to figure out who they talking about. Say saw him in person. Looks like he weighs who weighs 165. No, you ain't talking about Caleb Williams.
Yeah, or I was gonna say or Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, because no, he's about Bryce. Bryce is like what?
Bryce is tiny. Bryce is tiny. Bryce is like 5'11", 179 out the shower.
Yeah, he's tiny as shit.
No, he's a small dude.
Like what, 6'3"? What are you talking CJ? He's not CJ Stroud, not like that.
No, CJ Stroud's a big dude. Yeah, he's a tall dude. Yeah.
Let's see how tall. Go check right now. CJ Stroud is he's 6'3", 218.
Yeah. And you got
big for a quarterback. That's probably average for a quarterback. Big for a quarterback when you get to like 6'5".
Well, yeah, like Anthony Richardson 6'4", 230, 240.
Oh, he's athletic nature, but again, he wasn't even good in college, in my opinion. How many quarterbacks are not good? He was not good in college, though. Even he was not good in college. I don't care what nobody says. He was not good. He might have been electric at times, but he was not good. He was not consistent. How many quarterbacks in the NFL that was like that in college and become great NFL quarterbacks?
I mean, it happens.
He wasn't even efficient passer in college. I think his completion percentage was like 55%, 50, maybe 60%, but like 55% or some shit like that.
Yeah, it's like just under 50. Or just under 60.
That's just ass for a college.
He also had a terrible team. Let's just be honest.
Oh, real quick, and somebody just brought it up. You heard about Jalen Green before you get off the air?
What did he do now?
They saying that man, they was talking about the Drea baby, right? Apparently, he just had a shorty with another chick in Houston.
No, stop.
He got so they were saying that the first Drea is the second baby, apparently. So apparently he has two women pregnant now, and the other chick already had their baby a few months ago, but she stay on the low. She ain't really trying to be in social media like that.
So
apparently this man about to have 3 babies in the span of a year.
I just don't look, here's the thing. Like, even when I had a little money, right? Like, I still pulled out. I still wore condom. I ain't trying to have these. Like, what is?
They're giving away millions.
Like with an S.
To
With an
kids,
S.
even gonna see like that. And really, you ain't giving it to the kids.
No.
Millions. For what?
Like,
3 babies in a span. If it's true, that is 3 babies in a maybe what, a year and a half. That's
like
crazy.
I legit. I don't think I could do that if I tried.
Let me ask you this before. What do you think of him? He been
Like,
very inefficient early in his career, but
the
he
player. Yeah, I mean, he falls under the Anthony Richardson mold, right? Like, super athletic, ton of potential, can lead you one way, and be great, and but also flip of the coin, he can go 10 games and average 9 points a game. And you're like, what the hell's going on?
You don't think he got star potential?
Yeah,
you don't think he gonna turn into it? Not star potential, because we already know you don't think he gonna turn into one? If you had what you pick?
Clearly not, because he's too busy fathering babies. Like, how much effort are you putting in your game if you're gonna have 3 kids in the span of 20 months?
It's his 3rd year in the league. He's still shooting 42% from the field.
No. Then no. He will not be a superstar.
He's only 21 though.
I don't care.
He's only 21. He's averaging 20 points, 5 boards, and 3 assists.
If he plays in the league until he's 30, I would bet money he's only an all-star twice.
I don't think I would take that bet.
Right, you shouldn't.
I don't think I'd take that bet. You know, he reminds me of a little bit a better J.R. Smith.
I was gonna go Latrell, but yes.
No, Latrell was nice.
Yeah, I mean, Latrell was nice,
but he wasn't out of control. Jalen Green out of control.
Latrell got out of control for a little bit there.
Well, I'm not talking about beating up his coach.
Off the court. Yeah.
Hey, Latrell dribble that bitch like this. Hey, that motherfucker used to bounce up to his chest.
Yeah.
He the only motherfucker I know. That motherfucker dribbled that bitch hard as hell.
Yeah.
Well,
but like, I just don't
dribble that goddamn hard, man. He said,
I mean, I'm looking at J.R. Ryder. Hey, I didn't even know he had a title. Let's be honest. I had no idea.
Yeah, he got one with the Lakers, I think, right?
Yeah, he stole that one. But yeah, never made an all-star team. He won a dunk contest. I could see that.
You know how many people got a title on the back end of their career? Like, I think Glenn Robinson got one with San Antonio. Yeah. I think Dominique Wilkins get one with San Antonio? I think he might have got one. Jeff Teague got one with Milwaukee. Motherfucker would never think Jeff Teague got a title.
No, Jeff Teague was deep. He was 11 on that team. That dude played 0 playoff minutes.
Hold on. LeBron, what? I don't know. See, now, hey, before we get off the air, we about to shut it down right now. But before I get off, I want to say this to anybody who's listening. JR got one. Yeah, we know JR got one. But to me, the reason I brought up JR is I think JR Smith is one of those dudes. To me, J.R. Smith is on the all under. He top 5 all underachiever because
his talent never messed up his game.
There was no reason he couldn't have been one of the best 2 guards in the NBA.
Oh, absolutely.
There's nothing on a basketball floor he cannot do.
Nope. Super athletic, could play D, could shoot.
Everything. He had everything.
Yep.
Everything. Jump out the gym, shoot that bitch. Crazy ball handling skills. Super athletic. He was quick. He had everything you needed to be a great player. Everything. Yep. And just like him, Tim Thomas, he one of my all underachievers. Lamar Odom.
I'm gonna blame injuries on Tim. Because Tim was a dog, but his knees gave him up. Let's just be honest. His knees gave him up.
Dog, Tim never even, I don't even think Tim ever put up 20 points a game at no point in his career. Look at that. I bet you Tim's career high is 17 and 6. Some shit like that.
Let's see here.
And I got Lamar Odom probably number 1 on an all underachiever team because Lamar Odom should have been in the conversation for top 10 greatest players of all time with what he could do.
I hate Tim Thomas.
Tim Thomas, I tell you this, he'll play good as hell in the playoffs when it's contract season. Scrape you for some bread and go right back to being garbage.
Yeah, he did. Because that contract season for Milwaukee, he averaged 18 in the playoffs.
Yep. See, you looking at his career numbers? What's his career high?
Yes.
What's his career high?
No, we're shut it down. Remember, we're shut it down. We could just
see
just hit that button. Just hit that button right up in that corner. Just shut it down.
Your wife calling you?
Yeah, I just my drink is empty. My drink is empty, so I need more.
Okay. It's definitely a reason to shut it the fuck down. All right, bro. Good show as always.
Yeah.
See you next week, god damn it. And shit, as always, more than likely, probably certainly, we were loud and wrong tonight. But that's all fucking right. I'm gonna holler at y'all next week, man. Out of here.